There is a dangerous lie that society tells you from the moment you were born. They tell you that being harmless is a virtue. They tell you to be nice, to be agreeable, to keep your head down and avoid conflict. They teach you to be a sheep in a world of wolves. But let me tell you the cold reality: a harmless man is not a good man. A harmless man is just a victim waiting to happen. True virtue is not the absence of capacity for violence or manipulation. True virtue is having those claws, having the ability to be a monster, and keeping it under voluntary control. If you are incapable of being dangerous, you are not peaceful, you are simply weak. And in the game of life, the weak are eaten. Today, we are initiating a protocol of transformation. We are going to strip away the programming of weakness and install the operating system of the apex predator. We will explore the 7 dark habits that will make you psychologically formidable. These are not just tricks, they are shifts in your fundamental character that command instant respect and fear. By the end of this transmission, you will understand why you need to stop being nice and start being cold. Welcome to the evolution. Welcome to Cobalt State X. The first habit of the dangerous individual is strategic unpredictability. Most people are open books. They are desperate to be understood, so they broadcast their next move, their feelings, and their plans to anyone who will listen. They are boring. And because they are predictable, they are easily manipulated. To become dangerous, you must become a ghost in the machine. Never let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. In negotiations, in relationships, and in war, the element of surprise is your greatest weapon. When people cannot predict your reaction, they become cautious around you. They walk on eggshells. They respect you because they fear the unknown variable that you represent. Stop explaining yourself. Stop announcing your plans before you execute them. Move in silence. Let your results be the noise. When you are unpredictable, you occupy real estate in your enemy's mind. They waste energy trying to figure you out, while you are already 3 moves ahead. The second habit is the death of validation. The root of all weakness is the need to be liked. The moment you seek approval from another human being, whether it is a boss, a romantic interest, or a peer, you hand them the remote control to your emotions. You become their slave. The dangerous man has killed this need. He does not care if he is liked, he only cares if he is respected. He operates from an internal frame of reference. He knows his value, so he does not need to beg for it. This is called dark autonomy. When you are willing to walk away from any deal, any relationship, or any situation that does not serve you, you become unshakable. The person who is willing to walk away holds 100% of the power. Practice this. Next time you feel the urge to impress someone, crush it. Sit back. Let them try to impress you. Flip the script. Be the judge, not the contestant. The third habit is controlled aggression, or the art of the shadow. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, spoke about the shadow, the dark, primal side of the human psyche. Society tells you to repress this. But the dangerous man integrates it. This does not mean you go around hurting people. It means you are capable of confrontation when necessary. It means you have boundaries that are reinforced with steel, not paper. If someone crosses a line, you do not laugh it off nervously. You look them in the eye, and with absolute calm, you let them know that a violation has occurred. You must develop the look. It is a gaze that says, "I am peaceful, but I am not harmless." It is the ability to tolerate tension without breaking eye contact. Most people look away when things get awkward. You must train yourself to lean into the awkwardness. That tension is where power lives. When you can sit in the fire of confrontation without flinching, people will instinctively submit to your frame. The fourth habit is information asymmetry. Knowledge is currency. In the modern age, people are suffering from verbal diarrhea. They overshare on social media, they gossip, they spill their secrets to strangers. They bankrupt their own power. You must become a black hole for information. You absorb everything, but you emit nothing. Listen 5 times more than you speak. When you are silent, people get uncomfortable. To fill the silence, they start talking. They reveal their insecurities, their lies, and their strategies. Gather this data. Hoard it. But keep your own cards close to your chest. When you speak, make it count. Be precise. Be brief. Scarcity creates value. If you only speak when it is necessary, your words will carry the weight of gold. If you chatter constantly, your words are inflation, worthless. Be the listener, the observer, the spy in the room. The fifth habit is emotional Teflon, or radical Stoicism. Imagine your mind as a fortress. Most people leave the drawbridge down. Anyone can walk in, an insult from a stranger, a bad traffic jam, or rude comment, and trash the place. They get angry, sad, or anxious based on external events. The dangerous individual raises the drawbridge. You must reach a state where your internal world is completely independent of the external world. If someone insults you, it is merely sound waves vibrating in the air. It has no power over you unless you decide to give it power. This is the ultimate form of control. When someone tries to provoke you and you respond with absolute, cold indifference, it destroys them. It shows them that they are insignificant. They are not even worth your anger. Indifference is far more cruel and powerful than hate. Hate implies you care. Indifference proves you don't. Become Teflon. Let the negativity slide off you without leaving a scratch. The sixth habit is ruthless prioritization of the mission. Most people drift through life with no purpose. They are easily distracted by pleasure, by drama, by cheap entertainment. They are NPCs, non-player characters, in their own lives. To be dangerous, you must have a mission. A goal so big and so important to you that everything else is secondary. This focus gives you a laser-like intensity that people can feel. When a man is on a mission, obstacles move out of his way. This means you must learn to say no. You must cut off toxic friends. You must sacrifice cheap dopamine. You must be willing to be lonely if it means staying on the path. People respect focus. They are drawn to it like moths to a flame. But do not let them burn you. Your mission comes first. Relationships, feelings, and comfort come second. This sounds cold, and it is. But it is the price of greatness. The seventh, and perhaps the darkest habit, is the willingness to be the villain. In every story, the hero is bound by rules. The villain is free. We are not saying you should be evil. We are saying you should stop trying to be the hero in everyone else's story. Sometimes, doing what is best for you will make you the bad guy in someone else's narrative. You will have to fire someone. You will have to break up with someone. You will have to put your interests above theirs. Weak people set themselves on fire to keep others warm. Dangerous people accept that they cannot save everyone. If you are afraid of being perceived as mean or selfish, you will be manipulated by guilt for the rest of your life. Accept the title of the villain if it means protecting your sovereignty. Let them call you cold. Let them call you arrogant. Their labels are just attempts to control you. Wear their judgment like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you. Integrating these 7 habits will not happen overnight. It requires a death of the old self. You have to kill the part of you that wants to be a good little boy. You have to kill the part of you that is afraid of conflict. You must embrace the cold. The cold is clarity. The cold is preservation. In the cold, you can think. Start today. Pick one interaction. Be silent where you would normally speak. Be indifferent where you would normally react. Walk away where you would normally beg. Watch how the dynamic shifts. Watch how people look at you differently. They will see something behind your eyes that wasn't there before. They will see the abyss. And if they ask you why you have changed, why you are so quiet, why you are so cold, just look at them, hold the eye contact for 3 seconds, smile a ghost of a smile, and say nothing. You are building a legacy of power. Do not let the sheep drag you back into the herd. Stay dangerous. Stay awake. If you are ready to fully disconnect from the matrix of weakness, verify your allegiance. Subscribe to the channel. Share this transmission with those few who are worthy. The rest, let them sleep. This is Cobalt State X, end of protocol.